This is the unboxing of the Keliwow Extreme-2 remote control truck. Open it up. Looks like some stuff is loosely packaged in here, or kind of thrown in at the end. Let's see what's loose in the box. Charger. I would assume this is for the battery for the car. A bag for extra body pins, and looks like battery strap. Pull the truck out. I can see already that we're missing one body pin. It doesn't feel like it really lines up very well. There's supposed to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and it looks like one's missing. Some more digging in the box. Here's the loose cotter pin that was missing from the top. Here's the transmitter. A very low-end plastic fill. Right now it's set up for left-hand steering. There's supposed to be a way to switch it to right-hand steering, which is what I will be doing. On, off, some throttle control, and it looks like we got some trim. Again, it feels kind of cheap. It is 2.4. And more digging in the box. We have the instruction manual. Looks like some spare parts and some tools. I will definitely be reading the instruction manual, as anyone should always do, to learn more about it. Next, let's get the truck out of the cardboard keeper that came in. So it's been about 5 minutes. Got the truck out of the box. Interesting with getting out of the box, the bottom of the packaging that it comes in is designed for 1, 2, 3, 4 zip tie downs like this one, but there was only one in place. This one over here looks like it's been destroyed before I even got out of the box, so I'm not too sure what went on there. Kind of interesting. And then same way with this one. This one looks destroyed. So I don't know if they tried to put them down in manufacturing and then tore up the paper. I don't know. But just an interesting note. I've also gone ahead and opened up the manual. Took a quick look. And it's primarily in Chinese first, followed by the English translation, which isn't terrible, but could use a little bit more improvement. Seeing some things kind of inconsistent in the manual. Some places it refers to using a LiPo battery. Sometimes it refers to using a Li-ion battery. The two chemistries, it's important to pay attention to. There's a brief little thing about the transmitter. Mainly it's a picture with labels of what buttons do. The change from left to right-handed mode, drive mode, you just push the steering wheel in and out, and there's a little bitty button kind of where I'm pointing to there that will go left and right, control left and right steering. It's not labeled, so I'll have to see what happens the first time I power it up. It is powered by 4 AA batteries, which are not included. Now let's get to the good meat of this. We're going to pull the canopy off and take a look. First thing off the bat I've noticed, the whole chassis and frame is plastic. Plastic. Well, hey. Well, there's one of those zip ties. So they had 2 on there, and one broke the paper just as I thought. me get this off without tearing up the tire or the chassis, the axle. There we go. Got that out of the way. Interesting packaging scheme. Not the safest one is going ahead and putting a LiPo in here. It's held down by a plastic case with a cotter pin keeper. As you can see, I'm removing the cotter pin. Pull this out. Let's take a look. A 1500 milliamp 2-cell Li-ion battery. Typically, you're used to seeing hard case LiPos, so Li-ion's definitely different. Interesting enough, standard T-plug. Or actually, it looks like it might be a mini T. I'll have to take a look at that. So this means, when we look at the charger, it only charges through the balancing tab, which means an extremely long charge time. The instructions and advertising claims that there is a 15-minute runtime, but 2.5 hours to charge a battery. That would explain why. If this is standard Dean's, then I might have a charger that'll work for it. If not, I have to wait 2.5 hours to drive for 15 minutes. Let me look more at here. We got our on-off switch. And there's your connector. On-off switch and the connector. And there's the motor. It is a... let me get on camera. That is a brushed motor. There are texts of where you can change your ESC and motor to be a brushless motor. You'll get more power, more speed, more efficiency out of doing that. I'll run this stock for a while to see what happens. Now, the other interesting thing that I came across. Now I can see why there was a cotter pin not attached. So if I try to put this shell on, I can get 3 of the posts to line up with the hole. I can get 1, 2, 3 lined up. This one requires a little bit of going under the body and finagling it to get it. This probably means I'm going to have to cut this hole a little bit bigger to make it fit better. The other thing that I'm seeing is that if I bottom out, I'll be rubbing the plastic body, which means I'll be tearing up the body and or tearing up the tires. So the shocks feel kind of weak and loose, but we'll see how it does when we're driving it. We'll put it down on the ground and do this. You can see where all 4 wheels will be rubbing. The body is plastic, not Lexan, so it's just run-of-the-mill flexi plastic, which to me indicates it's not going to hold up long, especially if you're rough on it. These holes for the cotter pins and the posts probably wouldn't hurt to reinforce them with some fiberglass cloth and CA on there or something, because they're going to get the most stress. And chassis, bottom, and got shocks. Oh, the heat shrink just came off, or the heat dissipator just came off the motor, so that just snapped on and off. So it's going to be interesting to see how this thing performs outside. Looking forward to doing some speed runs with it. See if it does any crawling, how slow it will go, how well it will do. Again, concerns right off the bat. The body needing to fit a little bit better. The bottoming out and rubbing the tires. Inconsistencies in the manual stating Li-ion versus LiPo. Getting a Li-ion pack that's not hard cased. Typically with cars, a hard case, it adds a lot more protection. The manual does have overheating protection on the battery, as well as or ESC, as well as LVC cutoff. LVC stands for low voltage cutoff. So I'll get this charged up. Weather dries out and get some good weather outside. We'll take it outside for a spin. So again, initial impressions. It's a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be for the price point. I believe it's about $110, $120 on Amazon through, I believe the seller's name is Zero Space, for the Keliwow Extreme-2. This is what they're calling ready to win. If you're more familiar with the surface side of things, it's typically called RTR, ready to run. And if you're more familiar with the air side, that's what we refer to as RTF, ready to fly. But it means you get your transmitter, your vehicle, and a battery for the vehicle, and a charger for the vehicle, all in the box, ready to go. It looks kind of nice. As my boys would say, it's a Jeep look. So again, we'll get this out when the weather clears up and it's not so rainy, and put it through its paces.